So I just arrived at Bigwell Fishery here in Monmouth. I've got to say, what a beautiful drive that was through the Wye Valley. A little bit further than Ravens's Nest, is about double the mileage from Bristol. As you can see, it's two ponds. If I just take you around, it's two ponds. You've got these ponds here, and then you've got the gin pool. If I spin you around again, you'll see the gin pool behind us. Now, when I first arrived, the reason it's called the gin pool over there is because literally these pools are crystal clear. You've got an inlet coming into both of them, and so you've got nice flowing water. But I think the fish will be wary here because it is obviously catch and release. It is catch and kill too, but you have to put all the tigers, blues and browns back. There is wild browns in here, so I've seen a few fish topping. I might actually try and catch a fish on the dry fly. But at the moment, because the sun's out again, I've just kept with the same sort of tactic, a floating line with a poly leader, a floating poly leader, not an intermediate this time, and just a gold head. And I'm going to try that, give that a go, and if not, I'll swap over to that side over there, as you can see in the background, because I see a lot of fish topping there, and I might try and catch one on a dry for you. But so far so good. We met Gary, had a lovely breakfast by him. Eggs and bacon is just what we needed when you're up at 6:30 to get here. But I'm looking forward to the day ahead and try and get some good fishing done for you guys, and hopefully get one on the landing net and get one on the bank. I'll see you then.
Probably. No. Darwin. Blob attracted him. Dialback took him.
Dialback?
Yeah.
I think the blob attracted him now.
Yeah. There you go. Everyone on camera, hook flush. I'll like get them back.
Hey guys, so I've just finished up here fishing at Bigwell Fishery. It's a really lovely place. The fishing's a bit different than what I'm used to because the water's so gin clear, and it can be quite frustrating at times because you can see there's some really big fish in there. I think there's a 15-pound rainbow and an 8-pound blue, and you can see them swimming around. You're trying to put flies in front of them and just nothing's happening. But I'll just quickly talk you through what I was using to catch all the fish I did today. I had 4 fish, as you saw, towards the bank. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So basically I was still fishing my long poly leader, 5-foot floating poly leader. It wasn't an intermediate one like we were using at Ravens's Nest the other day, because you can see the fish, they're literally about a foot below the surface. So I was just, at the start of the day, I was trying to use a gold head to get down to them. So I was using something similar to that, a gold headed nymph, something like that with the fleck of green, trying to get down to them. But I found that I was actually sinking too quickly, and I was just going past the fish before they were even interested. So my dad actually spotted, we were on the gin pool. We were on a different pool, the other pool at the start of the day, but we moved to the gin pool, and he noticed that behind us is all these trees that were creating the shade, and there's an inlet there that creates a natural ripple on the water. So what I started doing to get my fish is I was just floating 2 dialbacks, 2 green dialbacks like that in the ripple, and they were just floating down, and they were just taking it on the drop again. As you can see, there is the remnants of, I've actually lost a lot of green dialbacks today because the fish, obviously the trout got teeth, they just shred it, and because of the peacock hill, they just shred those flies. That was what I caught my first 3 fish on. And then on the overhead camera footage you probably saw me catch, I did stick one of these on. I know they're hated within the fly fishing world, but I noticed the fish were kind of just turning off very slowly, so I decided to stick a blob on to attract them. And within the first few pulls, I had fish on. So, it just goes to show, like I was saying, the things I've learned today that you guys can take with you is change your flies regularly. Big fish often don't want huge lure flies. Just fish small. These are only size 12s. That's a size 10 dialback. I've got size 12s, and just keep going down until you find the ones they're taking. I tried red, I tried purple, and then eventually the green was what was working. I think it's because you see on the water there's a natural hatch of, I think it's buzzers, and there's some, I want to say damsels, but don't quote me on that. They're very small green flies. If someone knows in the comments, you can let me know, so I'll know for future. But overall, I think Bigwell's a really nice place. The owner, Gary, he cooked us breakfast this morning, very accommodating. Obviously, the water, like I say, it might not be for everyone because it is so clear and you can see the fish. You know, you can stand on the bank. I'll show you some fish now and you can just see the fish swim around. Now, that to me, I don't mind it, but obviously some people prefer it different. But overall, it's a good fishery, and somewhere I'll come back and visit again. And I noticed one of you in the comments told me to come visit Bigwell, and I did as soon as I could. So hopefully now, on to the next one. If you guys again leave your comments below, I shall return to Bigwell, try and get that 15 pounder, that 8, because I've seen it a few times, and you know, it would be nice to have him on the bank. But overall, good place for me, and definitely worth a visit. Good owner, nice fishery. I'll see you again soon. I do try and add things at the end of these vlogs, because I am forgetting some things on the day. Actually, one of the biggest things I wanted to share with you guys is the biggest thing I've learned when fly fishing is being mobile, learning how to locate the fish, especially on these clear sunny days, and being active with changing your flies. So here's the key tips I would take to any sort of smaller fishery for trout fishing is, on a very clear sunny day when you don't really have much ripple on the water, go and find the inlet or the outlet pipe for that venue, if there is one, either from a stream, a river, things like that. The reason is that's where all the oxygenated water will be coming into the fishery, and obviously in sun the fish are going to seek that. Secondly, the actual inlet where the water comes in, it creates a natural ripple. So if it's a very clear day with no wind at all, then that helps you fish buzzers and dialbucks into that ripple, as opposed to, especially somewhere like this at Bigwell, it's very gin clear, they can see you wherever you are, so it actually disguises yourself as well. And thirdly is just be very careful with what flies you're using. Don't be afraid to change things up. Today I actually started on a damsel, like a lure type fly, a gold head. I was trying to get down to them, I was trying to strip it back fast, anything to attract their attention, and I just noticed it wasn't working, so I quickly switched to dialbacks, and it wasn't until the third colour of dialback that I started hitting into the fish. I tried red at the start and then purple, and I just noticed that the green just happened to be attracting their attention. I think it was due to the hatch. There were these very small green flies hatching on the water, so I noticed that immediately and tried to switch it up, and that's what eventually got me the takes. And towards the end of the day as well, the fishing started to slow down, so immediately I was thinking, okay, how can I get these fish attention? And I know people don't like them, but blobs really do work with grabbing the fish's attention. You know, they think the fish, they don't see them as like a pellet, trout are very territorial, so that they see it as an invasion into their personal space. So when a bright flashing colour comes across them, they snatch at it, and if they don't, they chase it out of their territory, and then they'll follow up to your dropper and take the dial back. So that's actually what was happening today. I actually got the last fish by attracting them on the blob, and then they took the green dial back again, and I need to order some more because all of my dial backs are shredded. But overall, like I say, the fishery is a very nice place. Gary's a great guy, and I will be going back for one of those bigger ones at a later date. But for my next vlog, I'll probably be heading to Wollaston if they allow me to film. I need to clear it with them, and yeah, hopefully get another fly fishery under my belt, and hopefully we can catch there and take some more tactics with us, and maybe I can catch on a dry fly. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.